South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. South Jersey bad boys. Thank you.
We were supposed to sing too?
Yeah.
Well, Gary knew. I don't know what the fuck happened to you. But Gary knew what was
It's
up.
kind of a...
That's from Black Church.
That's a good one, man.
Well,
South Jersey. I used to.
Gary can harmonize. That's why.
I went once. It's pretty
Did you?
cool. Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah.
Really?
No. This was like 5-6 years ago.
In what context? Like, how'd you wind up there?
I was with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, for Easter.
Sorry.
For Easter.
Oh, shit.
Call me
I didn't know
surprised.
black people celebrated Easter.
Easter's a big deal.
Yeah,
Were
it
you like
is.
dressed
Oh,
up?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Really?
like a pastel suit on.
Okay, all
Looked
right.
good, dude.
Yeah, you
like
have
one of
to.
those Obama tan suits. Did you show up in one of those guys? With a
On
little,
Easter, that is acceptable. You know, for a white guy to wear a pastel.
It was kind of
suit.
weird though,
It's about
because
the only
everyone there
time.
kept asking me like what black girl I was dating, and I was like, I'm just here with my boy.
You just didn't drop a very popular black girl name, and they were like, "Oh, okay." It's like you go to a white wedding, and it's just like, "Oh, I'm with a friend of Uncle Jim's," and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Did you try to sing when you were there?
No, dude, I was
Yeah.
very intimidating. There's a lot. Black people are just good at singing.
Was it a mega church or was it like a regular like size church?
100 people.
Okay,
like
that's
regular size.
intimidating though. Yeah,
It's a decent
Was the choir
mid-sized comedy show.
yeah.
Was the choir wearing robes?
I believe so. Yeah.
Was there a choir or was it like solo performances?
There was actually a black guy with a guitar there too. Which
Really?
Was weird. Yeah. That's like a white guy thing you see at a church.
Wasn't
Yeah.
even a bass; it was a guitar.
I don't even.
fucked up.
I don't like. Like I'm Catholic. I don't
fucked
like
up.
when they have a guitar. I don't like. Just give me the boring keyboard,
Yeah.
organ, and like let's get through this.
You almost feel like
Body of Christ, me, peace be with you. I'm out.
when they start playing like a band and they got the drums and guitars,
like
you feel
it.
like you're being swindled, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and the
you guys-
songs suck. The only Christian rock I want is Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't even count. That's just rock and roll, baby. But church guitar is boring for sure.
Yeah, not a fan.
I'd rather a choir than a church guitar any day of the week.
I love seeing one of the old women that goes up who's like running the fucking thing, and she gets to sing at the podium. She's got that like turkey gizzard like flapping in the wind. And it's really boring, like you
Yeah.
said, Catholic church music. Amen. And then they hold up their arm like this, like everybody join in.
You really need a Sister Act. Like Sister Act 2, by the way, is one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie.
I'm not even
Awesome.
joking.
Great movie.
It's
Never
so
I used to
funny.
watch
yeah.
that all the time with my little sister.
He told me how. Dude, one of
Got
my
a beautiful
favorite movies.
voice, dude.
Thank
Holy
you.
shit.
We've been practicing our singing
I
because
mean, we've been
of this
harmonizing
program.
once a week minimum. So
We're coming in
Very
here.
nice.
you know, you
Very
put in
nice.
your hours, and then this
Drink-
is what you
We've
get.
been drinking a lot of tea, a lot of honey, a lot of jizz, and it really helps with the vocalization that we got.
There you go.
Your closer to like your act, you sing in it, and it gets me every time.
That's the only thing I can sing, and for some reason
Really?
I
You're
sing
not a
that
good
like
singer?
an angel. Yeah, but I'm really not a good singer.
Do you want to?
Wow.
Do you want to do your rendition of it? or-
I don't know
Please.
if I've heard that joke.
No,
You-
you definitely heard it.
in the
water,
Oh, I
wade in the
water.
and I mean it just comes out. It's like my ancestors are just coming through. You know,
Just
what I mean? It's
speaking
beautiful.
same.
Oh man,
Yeah, Jim's coming from a different direction.
My answer is like, hey, quit that.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Here's had a whip in their hand. Yeah.
shut that up, shut that up.
Now, we were talking about that. Is like, thank God I'm Irish and Italian, so I don't have to worry about any of that white guilt. You were on the podcast. We were talking about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
We got
asked
deep into
Gary
the white
if it
guilt.
wasn't so chill.
Do you have the good
Hey,
slavery or
was
the
slavery
bad?
like chill for
was
your
like-
great grandparents? That was basically what Brendan asked Gary on her podcast.
Was it that
Literally
bad?
It might be one of my favorite moments so far.
Yeah.
It was,
I
and
asked the
then your
hard-hitting
response
questions.
was just like, "Oh no, it was the bad kind."
Oh, it was that. I let him get it all out though. I let him finish his question. It's like, is that what you mean to ask?
Gary's
Okay,
like, I'm
yeah.
gonna let you work through this, and then I'm gonna let you finish. But
Yes, it was bad.
It was. Do you have any documents supporting that claim, or is it all?
Personally, no, but I feel like there's stuff out there.
That's
you
a
know?
great question. It's one of those. Were they like the kind of like you were asking the question of like were they the slaves that like got to live in the house type of thing? Was that the question?
well, yeah, was it more of a buddy situation?
But he chose to ask it in like a 3-minute long
Oh,
stammering,
really
sentence.
drug out.
I tried to bail him out a couple times. I was like, "Do you mean like was it indentured servitude?" He's like, "No. Like was it
Was
the
it like,
good kind?"
No, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just,
Yeah,
did they get to fuck Thomas Jefferson like that
No,
kind?
no, dude.
Yeah, you get to have some presidential
yeah.
history.
TJ apparently was a horrible fucking person, right?
He was
Oh,
banging
yeah.
slaves left and right. There's a bunch of.
I like to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah. We go all the way back to Tommy Jeffs. We go all the way down to Billy Cos. You got to separate that art from the artist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is true.
Most founding fathers turns out had slaves, right? Most
Yeah,
of-
I mean,
sure.
I think if
Yeah.
Benny
you were just like
Frank?
a wealthy
I feel like Benny-
politician at that time, it was kind of came with the territory.
Right, literally. I mean, you bought the house. It came with slaves, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where that phrase comes from.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know if Benny Frank did. He was too busy inventing shit and banging whores. I don't know if he had
Banging
time.
He was more into horrors.
I don't like Ben Franklin because he loved going over to like Paris and stuff, and
Yeah.
that's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little sus,
French? I don't-
dude. That Benny
And
Frank was
London,
slipping
I think
into
he had
France.
a house, and he spent a lot of like the end of his life in London. Like, dude, that's the enemy.
Yeah.
What
But
are you
he had bitches over there. That's like
He
that's
did, and I think that's how
very
he got
strange.
caught. I think he was writing
He looked
letters.
like a frog. They must have all been so ugly.
Yeah.
I think he was writing letters about this whore he was banging in France, and then his lady caught him from a fucking letter. Dude, don't put it on paper, you
That's
dumbass.
funny.
Get
You
caught
should
by
have
a
texted
letter.
it.
I was gonna say that's the equivalent of a screenshot. Like you got it. Got caught
You got to
texting.
send a pigeon, dude.
Man, the amount of ways that men have advanced over the years. We have so many different ways to get caught now, and most guys have good ways of not getting caught. But
Some things never change.
back then, he fucking writes a letter and gets caught. Jesus, what
I
the
think
fuck?
I might be making that up. I thought I heard somebody say that, so I just
Come
can't
home
remember
from
who
fucking inventing electricity. It's like she's holding the letter in her hand. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
yeah.
Oh, we should have
Sucks.
mentioned too. We mentioned, and you guys are on your podcast. You are the proud hosts of the Gray Area podcast.
Hell
How's it been? How many episodes deep are you guys?
I don't know. We're about 10.
That's pretty good because
Yeah,
you
so
just recently
still pretty
started it
new.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's the thought behind the gray in the area on the name there?
Well, our logo, it's a yin yang
There we go.
with our faces in it. Black and white makes gray.
Hell.
And not everything is black
There
or
you
white.
go.
There's
Gray
some
area.
gray
That's where the
area.
comics
The
live.
gray-
You know what I mean?
yeah.
The gray area.
There are some
Right.
gray
Little
area.
double entendre. Yeah.
Do you guys have any like gray area topics you like chatting with guests about that we can bring up here? I mean,
Transports.
That was like our first topic.
yeah, yeah. So generally just controversial topics. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Right.
Have you talked about Nancy Pelosi's rack lately, or that's not a controversial? That's just
Yeah,
I
that's
think
just
Nothing
straight facts.
controversial about
than
that.
words, and I've been thinking about it a lot.
Right.
Have you guys heard of the app called Autopilot where they track Nancy Pelosi's stock trades and they
I've seen like a bunch of memes and stuff about it.
they
Dan's
are,
all
I
over
haven't heard this.
Dan really keeps track of like what Pelosi's doing. So he's like usually once a week. Dan's got some new updates.
Are you
but
using
Yeah.
these tips? Like, have you been
No.
investing?
it's a great idea though. I mean, how funny is that there legitimately is an app that
Yeah.
tracks her trading?
I started reading too many of the comments, and some people were like, apparently they want you to like not even invest into the stock market, but deposit into the app at minimum like $1,500 or something like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
That
at this
sounds like
point.
another
Yeah,
scam.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really cool, unique idea, but then underneath, it's like
No.
you gotta pay us like $1,500 just to get started. I'm like,
Anything that you have to provide money up front for like that,
Yeah.
like a decent chunk of change, I'm always like, it's a pyramid scheme.
That's how I lost so much money in that leggings MLM that I was a part of. I invested 25 hundo in a bunch of
What the fuck?
Yeah, a bunch of fake Lululemon leggings that I was going to sell on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist.
Well, you
outside of
lost all the money because you were modeling them yourself and putting it on Facebook.
yeah.
Dan's like, people are getting really ticked off.
That would be the least weird thing you've sold on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, it actually would be, but
That'd be like the most normal thing.
I dressed up in them, posted photos. I would try and compete with Girl Scouts outside
I
of
come
Acme.
with the leggings for the right price.
Deliver them for free. Yeah, I lost a lot of money on that. They're actually behind door number 1 right here. So if anybody wants them free, I only got XLs though. That was another problem. I was only marketing to the.
I know some big bitches. I can get rid of those quick for you.
Oh yeah, we can.
I could definitely see you getting suckered into a lot of pyramid schemes and you starting a pyramid scheme. Like maybe
like
like a
to.
financial pyramid scheme.
I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you could do it.
Probably could. It's a lot of work.
It
That's the
is.
thing. You might as well just.
Because like I got to go out and I got to find 2 guys, and then they got to each find 2 guys, and then those guys need to find 2. It's just a lot.
And you
Right,
got to
a lot
find
of guys.
people. You got to find these guys and make sure they have good networks. Like you can't find like some bozo that doesn't have any friends. You got to have him swindle his friends into it. Like
Did you guys ever get approached? This was when I was in college, so like 2011 to 2015. It was Verve energy
Verve.
drink.
Yeah, one of my buddies.
Remember that was big?
One of my buddies like made a lot of money doing
know.
it, and I'm like, dude, it's gonna fall.
That's the problem.
And then
though.
it did.
There was I had the same thing. I had a friend who was making a lot of money, and then years later it completely collapses. And the whole time we were like, this is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing this. And she kept like coming back.
Your pitch starts with, all right, here's how it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme.
Right. But here's why I was so pissed. She kept being like, well, look, I made a lot of money out of it. I'm like, but you were trying to get us involved this entire time, and we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
You know, but she kept being like, well, I made a lot of money. I'm like, I know, but you were getting me involved in a business that collapsed within the year.
So what was it? It was just an energy drink?
Yeah, it was an energy.
It made no sense.
It was a lot of college kids got into it.
It was all college. They suckered all college kids. What they would do is they'd send you free drinks, and they'd be like, you just hand them out to people. But where you make money is you get other kids. And I think it was that you had to pay like $250 up front
deposit,
to be like a distributor.
It's crazy.
And then you just got to keep getting kids. So I'm like, so then they just give you the drinks and then you just hand them out to people and they're like, it's that easy.
You just buy a bunch of shit from us and then you hand it out for free. It's that easy.
Right.
Does it taste good? Like, don't know. Never tried it.
Right.
Dude, well, the big thing at my college was Vector. You remember Vector? They did like
I remember
knives.
Vector, the knives.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
knives, yeah. They had one on my campus.
I think that's kind of legit, though, isn't it?
That-
Because I feel
well,
like I
that-
know
that
a
was
lot of
just-
people that sold knives.
I was gonna say that
but they
door to
actually
door.
went door to door and sold them.
Yeah.
Everyone's entry level college job that they would
Yeah.
get suckered into after they graduate, they'd be like working for Vector Marketing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you were like, oh, you're really just selling knives door to door.
That's all you have to do is just put marketing on the end of anything, and then they're just
Yeah.
like, all these dumbass marketing majors like myself will be like,
Yeah.
oh, seems like a great opportunity. They're using really vague language, and it's all stock photos on their website.
Dude, the amount of bait and switch things, like when you're a marketing or like communication major, when you graduate, the amount of interviews that I went on where I had to actively like sift through and be like, this is a pyramid scheme, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember going into offices, it was like Power Home Remodeling, like all those companies where they're all marketing companies. Then you get in there and you're like, so what do you do? And then little by little, by
get a
the end of the
vague-ass
interview, you
answer.
find out, oh, this is a door-to-door sales thing.
So I was going to do one that was like an insurance kind of pyramid scheme. And so the guy who I know he was making a pretty penny from it, and he had a lot of people under him, like had, you know, legit office and stuff.
Yeah.
For 30 people. It was pretty nice and everything. But like I went on the interview and I was like, okay, I know what this is. It didn't sound like the way it was posted online. It wasn't like that. And then I go,
same
what
experience.
is? So I go back and I'm like, look, dude, I'm interested, but I want you to just admit it.
Like,
And
I'm gonna do it.
he just stood his ground, and I was like, all right,
Damn.
I'm not doing it.
That's probably part of their training. They can't admit it.
You can't. It's
You-
like
you-
Fight Club.
whatever you do,
First
you can't
rule,
say
you
it.
not
I was like,
talking
dude,
about.
I was like, I know
I don't
what's
care what
going
they
on,
say.
and
Yeah.
I'm on board. I just need to hear you say it. It's a trust thing.
Right.
And he just would not. He just kept saying like, I don't know what you're talking. I'm like, dude, I like brought paperwork and stuff. I was like, dude, I know it's fine.
Yeah. Here's
I'll
where,
be one of the bad guys. I just need you to.
I just want to make sure we're all on
I
the same
can't
page
have
here.
you. I can't have you supervising me with the conscience as I'm trying to rip other people off.
Yeah.
No,
I
if
need
you
to be on the same page.
Here's where I kept when I was interviewing for like same sort of situation where I was completely unsold and knew the jig was up. Is the guy, first of all, he kept selling it as like it's so easy, like you can make six figures so quickly. And in my head immediately I'm like, then why wouldn't every motherfucker do this job, right?
Yeah.
Not to mention he's talking about how he's like, I got all these people under me, they're setting me up with an office to move out to Boston and blah blah blah. And he picked me up, like, or drove me to like to a Dunkin' Donuts down the street to do like the second half of the interview in his beat to shit Corolla. I'm like, dude, you're making all this money.
He's like, I've been doing it for 7 years.
Yeah.
If you stick in there, you can have this beat.
He's like, dude, it's just that easy. You just got to get free estimates for people, and you make six figures. And I'm like, why wouldn't every dumbass do this job then?
Damn.
If it's that easy.
Yeah, I've like no interest in like sales stuff. It's just not for me. I
No,
don't want
I
to sell
always hated
people
it.
things.
That's why I had to put up the no soliciting signs, 2 of them outside of my house, because of all the solar bros that are walking around.
They're really bad too.
So
They'll grab
I
you.
actually got a used. So I had solar when I bought my house, and then guys came through like kids. I was like, hey, save your spiel. I was like, I want more panels. Like I'm putting in a pool and stuff. And they're still just trying to sell. I'm like, dude, I know. Get me 11 more panels. Whatever. I know you'll make X amount
They
of
don't
money.
even
cut
hear
those
what you're
and
saying.
just fucking-
All they could do is stick to that
Like,
script
he's
that
not
they
saying
taught them.
no.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
They're like, well, let me tell you about this. You're
I
like,
literally was
already
like,
got it.
I know what happens. You give me paper. You set up like people to come out to do like an estimate, whatever. I was like, Skip, just do that. Talk to your supervisor. Have him send me something, and I'll talk on the phone. And then I need more panels.
Do you like
whatever.
having the panels, by the way? Are they
dude,
beneficial?
I pay. I literally pay $99 a month every single month. It doesn't fluctuate.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I pay for electric.
So, now, do you pay to rent
I know
them?
that I pay that for solar. My electric is $5 a month because that's what it costs to keep connected.
Now,
to the
did you
grid.
buy them outright, or are you leasing them on top of that?
Because it only makes sense really to buy them if you're gonna A, live in the house for 30 years, or B, take them off and bring them with you. And I was like, I don't have any interest in that. But I'll take the.
So that $99 a month is covering the cost of the whatever
the rental.
they bring in, but the rental as well. It's just $99.
Yeah, and then they keep any of the extra juice, and I'm fine with
that. Was the other thing is usually you can sell that back to your electric company.
Yeah, if you own it.
Yeah, if you own it. Interesting. Yeah, there was so many that were just very fly by night, really weird. Like guys would come up and they would wear ID badges that mean nothing around their necks, but it made them look like they're a part of the census or the government.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're trying to look legit.
They have they're legit soliciting badges that they have to apply for and stuff. But
I got in an argument with the guy on my
gets them.
step because I was just like, I know a guy that works in it, has his own business in Florida doing solar, and he's like, it really is the best case scenario if you can buy them outright and have them. And he was telling me about my situation. He's like, I wouldn't rent them if I were you. You would buy them outright. So I told a guy that, and I was like, I'm not interested in renting them. And he's like, we don't do renting, we do leasing. I was like, the fuck is the difference?
Right.
Renting, leasing, I was like, it's the same concept. And he's like, no, leasing is a totally different thing. I'm like, okay, it's like we're playing word games on my front doorstep.
Yeah.
While he's
They're
trying
really aggressive too.
Yeah,
They do not let you go.
No, they want to see your electric bill. And
I honestly feel bad for those guys because you know that they're just being trained to do that shit, and they're like, when you get somebody that says this, you have to combat them with, and they got like a trainer with them and stuff. So I'm like, look, I get that you're just doing your job, but you got to get a new job. This job is fucking horrible. We've all had those jobs. Where
I had one come to me, and he had a hard lisp, and I was like, oh man. Yeah. Brother.
Did you let him get through the spiel or
no?
Let me tell you something about solar.
I was like, look, dude, I'm working from home right now. I was like, I got a meeting.
Yeah.
I went to my room and jerked off. I had nothing going on.
Yeah.
So they got dude, this isn't happening.
Right.
That was like my summer
Son
before
of a bitch.
my summer before freshman year. I went to interview for one of those solar companies, and I had no idea what it was. And then halfway through the interview, you find out it's multi-level marketing. It's fucking
Yeah.
But I really needed a job. I needed some money, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And dude, I had that job for 3 hours. It was the middle of the summer. It's hot as fuck. I went to I don't know, 6 or 7 houses.
Yeah.
After that, I went to Wawa. I got a sandwich, and I never went back to work. I didn't say anything to him. I just stopped working there.
I had one of my best friends from college had almost the same experience. They
it sucks so bad
because they sell you and they just completely dupe you. You're like, this is not what you told me, and then you're on that first day on the job. You're outside the entire day, and you're like, oh no,
it's
this
brutal.
sucks, dude.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
I gotta I would rather, instead of just outside doing that, get me a job where I can scam old people with phone services or something.
Yeah.
Sell them a fake Verizon package, something like that. I mean, I'd be all about that, calling them up, getting $1,500 payment over the phone. I'd be all for it.
Sometimes the products themselves are not the biggest issue. I could see the benefit of solar or a good knife or something like that, but it's the job itself where you're out there, you're outside all day going from door to door. It's just they put you in the worst possible setup and situation like that as a job. That fucking blows.
I could see the use of solar, absolutely. Definitely see the use of having a cool knife. Yeah. Just walking around Royal Farms parking lot with a butcher's knife in your pocket.
Dude, I had 3 or 4 friends come and do that, the knife presentation to my parents.
Yeah.
Were you just asking really weird questions?
I wasn't. So that's the thing. They acted like I wasn't there. I think it was a $95 pack.
They're kind of expensive.
Yeah. They're kind of expensive. Apparently, they're actually nice. Who used to sell them was Tom Segura. He talks about selling knives door to door.
As an adult, he did?
He did,
I would buy a set of knives, actually. If
Yeah.
But
so how did it go to your parents? They were selling them to your parents or something?
So my best friend Isaiah came and did the first one, and my parents bought the knives.
Yeah, they always do. That's why they're like, you got to get your friends' family and stuff.
Exactly. But then I had 3 more friends come and do the same thing. My parents are like, we already bought the knives. But
we have so many knives.
All that matters is that you give the presentation. So my friends are like, can I just come give the presentation?
Yeah.
So my parents just sat through it. And they heard the tie and the shirt, and they're doing the whole thing. For absolutely no reason.
They get paid if they just do a presentation?
I don't know if they get paid, but I know they have to do it.
That is something to it. My friend had the exact same thing. He went to my aunt and uncle's house, and they're like, look, we'll buy, it's a whole scheme where they're like, get your best friend's parents. Mm-hmm. They will feel bad enough for you where they'll just buy at least one set of knives, and you get enough of the friend's parents until the person quits.
No, what's the worst is I get this,
exactly.
I get this all the time with window estimates and vinyl. We're working on your neighbor so-and-so. The Williams is down at 502 Lake Drive. I'm like, I don't fucking know them,
Right.
so that means nothing.
Yeah.
Who knows their fucking neighbors these days?
It's so funny though,
like,
that is
I
their
hate
exact
that.
script. Like I've heard that exact script.
Oh my god, I was gonna buy them, but like I wanted to be the only one, so never mind.
Right,
Oh my
right.
god! If you told me you were doing the windows, for
Oh, well,
some,
if Bill's doing it, I might as well, cough up 20 grand.
yeah, if they told me that some neighbor I hate across the street's getting brand new windows, and I should too, I'm getting a fucking brick, and I'm going over there, chucking them right through those Anderson renewals. Yeah.
Next time they do that, they're like, "Hey, Bill next door just bought, these this vinyl siding." I'm gonna go. Bill sexually assaulted me.
Yeah. Bill's actually a cuck.
Oh wow, I didn't know you guys sell windows to pedophiles.
Right.
Good for you, very progressive.
Wow. Do you just look at the Megan's Law list and go to the doors that are bright red on the map? What do
Yeah.
you guys? What's your strategy? Yeah, Bill's a cuck. He jerks off to his wife fucking guys.
They're like, "Oh yeah, I mean, we'll sell to anybody."
It is nice that my girl's dog is with us now because he's a big, kind of scary dog. So I get to fucking I let him lead to the
Yeah.
front door, open the front door, have the glass door there. and
Yeah, it's
some
about as
people
good
are
as
like,
a
I'm good.
good as a no soliciting sign. You have a scary dog.
Or just have an apartment like me.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have to deal with any of that shit.
Are you on the second floor?
3rd floor.
Third
Nice.
floor.
Like a
over
baller.
in Mountain Laurel, right?
There we go, man. Yeah, man.
Melrose nice.
Yeah.
It is.
How are
Nice.
you liking it? You're right near 38 in the Funplex. What are their hours?
Dude,
these
everything
days?
you need is right there. You got the LA Fitness, you got Target, you got Funplex.
How's
What are you laughing about?
Oh, I said, what are their hours these days? You
Just-
go to the glow in the dark mini golf.
I haven't been there yet. I actually want to go.
I was bowling
They
there
got
the other
go-kart.
night. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Wait, where are you talking about?
The Funplex on 38.
Of course you are.
That's what I'm
You
laughing.
haven't been to the Funplex?
Dude, the Funplex. You ever go bowling?
They
at
have a
Funplex?
driving range there. It's
They
like
got
a decent
driving
spot.
range.
Yeah.
They got like
Top Golf is right by there, right?
I just went there this past weekend.
Top Golf
That-
is right
that
at the
Top
other
Golf
end.
is
Dude,
nice.
me and my girlfriend, it was like $275.
Dude,
It's fucking ridiculously
Holy shit.
expensive.
it racks it up, especially because you get food, you get some drinks.
we
Next thing you know,
split a pizza and loaded tots, and we had 3 drinks apiece.
yeah.
And then the bay for 2 hours. $270. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
so
fuck
it's
is
like
this?
it's better to go with a group and just split the.
Yeah,
But even
man.
that, dude. My
Still
wife
adds
did a
up to it.
The food
surprise
and drinks
birthday.
adds up, dude.
Oh
So
yeah.
I used to go in Tampa all the time. I think it originated in Tampa, and it used to be pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I used to go in college.
They
We'd
just-
go
It's like they
once a
know it's
week, and it was
popular
like,
now.
Yeah, when you get in on
$30,
something
like-
that's cool like that, when it first starts and like before it gets so commercialized, like
Yeah.
remember when axe throwing kind of just came out and it was like
Yeah.
$5?
Oh, yeah.
That's dead already. I think
It died
huh?
really quickly.
Oh, is it dead?
I mean, there's still
I mean,
places
That was
around,
a lot
but
of fun.
I went once.
You would
I
think
don't
you would
know.
have because you can drink.
Enough. I don't have to ever go
I was
again.
on a bachelor
How is
party
that
in
legal that you can drink and throw axes? I
I
don't
also-
understand why that was ever a thing.
I don't know. There must
Yeah.
not be enough laws.
It's kind of weird too, because like I could just set up a stump in the backyard. You guys, I can get an axe. It's like
Yeah, right.
$8.
Yeah.
And the amount of
And we
times
can just
you're
throw
there
it.
where somebody hits it and the thing
Flies
just
off.
bounces
Dude,
right
oh
off
my
the
god,
wall.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like kids in there. Everyone's drinking. I went to one on a bachelor party in Baltimore, and it was they didn't care whether it was liquor or beer. There was people
Yeah.
drinking Jaeger while throwing axes with kids around.
And sometimes they have the
Yeah.
big
Sounds
axes,
like
but
my mom
sometimes
would
they
do.
have the small hatchets that you can
Yeah.
throw. Dude,
Yeah.
I was launching those motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, we were doing that.
This
we
can't
were,
be okay.
They like yell at you to do it 2 hands too. I'm
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
pussy. No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
no, fuck that. We were doing that in Baltimore. It was probably the least dangerous thing in Baltimore happening on that Saturday night.
When you
Yeah.
can't get
Doubt
it stuck in the thing though, you feel like such a bitch. dude.
Yeah,
If you're
that's
like not sticking it for a
Yeah.
while, you're like, usually hit those.
true. Yeah.
I wonder if did they just shut it down because of incidents that have happened? Of
No,
like,
they're still up and around. It's just
Yeah,
not
I
as
just-
popular.
right.
Yeah, for a couple of years, I feel like they were everywhere.
It was
because
a
I was
hot
gonna
thing,
say
yeah.
the overhead on those
Nothing.
places. It's like all you need. It's BYO.
just the rent.
and
Dude,
it's just
yeah.
axes and the rent.
I
Yeah,
was
then
living in
people are-
Brooklyn like 2017, 2018, and it kind of took off then. It was the biggest thing. It was the most popular
Yeah.
thing you could do.
Top Golf is sweet.
Happy hour.
They franchise the fuck out of Top Golf. It's just really expensive to build it, and then obviously the technology that goes into it. But it's very much like kind of like comedy clubs, where they're like a restaurant and bar first and entertainment second. Like they make their money, the bulk of their money, on the food and drink.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
for
the game
sure.
is like you
Yeah.
know you can pay what $25 for an hour or like group thing like and you split that, but they get you in there and then you're buying $10 Yinglings. Yeah. So
I wonder if they could do that with other sports. Have they started doing that yet? Like a top basketball or something?
They should. I mean, they have at the Sky Zone places where you can like the trampoline parks and shit. They got
This
like.
is where Dan hangs out a lot.
Yeah.
Just,
I was actually at a
he's
birthday.
got
the
his
Sky
shoes
Zone.
off just in socks. Actually feels pretty good here.
I was at a birthday party.
Get some decent bounce.
Trampoline's kind of tight. Can we loosen these? Can we loosen these over here?
I got a couple buddies coming over. So
I'm not getting the same bounce I get back home. I don't know.
Rachel told me, she's
I'm
like,
gonna check out the one in Mount Laurel.
this one was in Mount Laurel. It's on 73, right next to the Lowe's. And I was in there for a birthday party, not mine or a kid I know, but it was in December. And they had a dodgeball game going on. And Rachel's like, you are not going to go in and play. I was like, hold my shoes, bitch. I got the socks and they got the sticky things on the bottom. I got some fucking grip.
Those are good for sex, too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was like, I was about to go in there and just fucking, you know, when you're playing dodgeball and you really wind the fuck up, you got your arm curled behind it and you just launch it and hit a 9-year-old in the head.
Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I was out for doing that because it was on purpose.
Oh, dude, I remember in high school, in like our gym class, we had the like special ed kids were also a part of our period, and they would play dodgeball.
Yeah.
And you got to pick your battles.
Yeah.
And mine is dodgeball.
Right.
Yeah, and you're just fucking.
Yeah.
I feel like they would be sneakily good at dodgeball, though.
No, the wheelchair
Not the
really
dodging part.
holds them down.
Not the dodging, but
Yeah. It really weighs them down.
the girl with the braces probably isn't too good these days either.
It's really tough to throw a fastball with cerebral palsy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. She's a fun fuck, but to
I remember
play
my
dodgeball
wrestling
with-
coach was my gym teacher, and he was brutal. I remember he literally pegged this kid, Brian, in a wheelchair right in the chest. Was like, "You're out, Brian. Roll your ass off the court." Treated him equal.
Hey,
You gotta
Professor
respect
X,
it.
you're out of here.
Roll your ass, Brian. The fuck out of
In
here.
our gym classes, they had a CD system, like a 6-tray. You remember you had the really cool CD players where you put 6 discs in there and it could spin all around.
Hell yeah.
They had that hooked up to this, like the speaker system in the gym. So every now and then they would let you bring in like a CD, and I was all about mixtapes at that point. And I brought in Lil Wayne No Ceilings, that mixtape, and put that
Hell
on.
yeah.
Oh man, that gets you hype.
And you're playing overhead and dodgeball, and you guys doing whatever. The gym teacher, it's blasting like in the middle of the school day, and it's just Lil Wayne just saying, and it was the fucking it got everybody super.
I would legitimately ask my wife for my birthday this year if like I could just get some buddies to play some dodgeball, play Lil Wayne like that in a gymnasium somewhere.
Just rent out.
Sounds
a
like a
would
good ass
be-
time.
Blast No
It really
Ceilings,
does.
dude. Lil Wayne was big in high school. Like that.
yeah.
That really brings you back. Like
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Those mixtapes, like when we got in the car with Gary to go down to North Carolina in December, he had that on, and
Oh yeah, we were bumping Wayne for a bit.
all the
Hell
lyrics
yeah.
started coming back. I forget
Yeah.
them now, but when you hear the song in the moment, you're like,
Oh, you know all the lyrics.
oh
yeah.
yeah, it all
Fuck yeah.
comes back.
it's all analogies. You know, it's like
similes, metaphors, yeah.
it's
for
metaphors, it's analogies. It's like
Learn more about that stuff from Lil Wayne mixtapes than I did in English class in high school. It's pretty incredible. Yeah. But that trip down to North Carolina was pretty great. Jim got introduced as short on stage. That was
Dude, that was the worst host
Bitch.
ever. Not even really a host. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I don't know if I think I told you about it. I don't know if Jim ever said his side of
Nope,
the
her
story.
fucking radio show tanks. Radio's dead, bitch.
Jim
why-
gets up there. He's like, I'm actually male American average.
She was the worst. Yeah.
It's just like I love that she thinks she's getting up there and she's like, wait till he hears this dig.
Yeah,
Call
to
him
start off the
short
show.
and introduce him. You're like, okay, thank you.
And then she fucked my name up, and then she said Gary had the whitest name out of all of us. I was like,
so she's like, I'm gonna have something for each of them.
everybody.
She's just
Watch
fucking up
this.
intros, yeah. She
Yeah.
fucked Jim's up, and then I go up to the guy running the show, and I'm like, what's up with her? He's like, oh, she's new, she's nervous. I'm like, she's not nervous,
She's not a comic.
Yeah.
Right.
She's a radio like DJ.
one day a week on a Sunday afternoon. So it's like,
She's a part-time radio DJ.
Yeah. It's
An
tough.
aspiring radio DJ, if you will.
Right.
Yeah. Is
I
that-
love-
She had no business.
I
Like,
love
what
someone
were they
today.
doing? They had a bunch of comics there too, which was really frustrating.
all sitting in the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the only.
Nobody-
Dude, it
nobody
didn't matter
warmed the
because that
crowd up.
Airbnb and Waffle House was sweet.
Jim got so fucked up on edibles. I don't even know what happened, but we all sat in a hot tub. Got really gay really fast.
It
we
did.
We all
It
just
did.
did
We had the
edibles and got in a hot
sickest
tub.
Airbnb.
We were sitting on each other's lap. Yeah, it was a great
It was
Airbnb.
dope. They had like a little putting green. It was like all brand new.
Really?
Yeah, putting green, a giant swing. You could fit 3 guys on it, maybe 4, no problem.
That's
Hot
romantic,
tub.
dude.
Yeah,
Fire
we went to
time.
Waffle House at 3 a.m. Oh,
We did.
man. We walked into this Waffle House. Everybody was asleep with their faces down in the booths, and when we opened the door, they all woke up and just fired up the grill.
The employees, yeah.
Wow.
It was so funny. There was like 4 of them working, and we stroll in just.
As soon as we get done with Waffle House, we go back to the house. Gary orders like 5 meals from Sheetz.
Dude, I ordered DoorDash. Yeah, I got back. I was still hungry.
like
I
3
was so
a.m.
high.
Nothing better.
I was so high.
When you're blasted like that, you hit a
Oh,
Waffle
man.
House. There's something nostalgic about a Waffle House, dude.
Dude,
That's
I was
why I
in
don't do
Waffle House.
drugs.
I couldn't even. I was laughing so much I couldn't order. Like it was one of those highs. You know, what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just giggly as fuck.
Oh, dude, it's the best, dude. Those sticky tables and those
Yeah.
hairy waitresses.
It's not good, but that's what's good about it. It's just good enough.
Yeah.
The waitresses are always characters. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it gives you kind of a free pass to be like, I am going to order the most unhealthy food right now.
Oh, you're
of
not
all
thinking
time.
about calories
Yeah.
and nutrients.
It
Yeah,
could cut
fuck
2
that.
years off my life, and I would still order
Imagine
it.
ordering a salad at Waffle House
Oh,
at
fuck
3
that.
a.m.
That would be the most disgusting thing you could get on.
Oh,
a
I'll take the Caesar.
yeah.
That would be the most dangerous thing. You probably get fucking salmonella from that shit, but
Yeah.
eating
Oh, for
the,
sure.
the terrible stuff, you'd be
They're
fine.
like, no one's ever
Yeah.
ordered the lettuce before. Where do we get it from?
Like, do you want us to throw that on the grill? How do we make that?
Yeah, someone run out to ShopRite. Go pick up some lettuce.
I'm going to fried Caesar salad. That's what we do here.
Yeah, do you want syrup on that? You're like, oh,
When was the last
yes.
When was the last time you got pretty banged up? Do you still like find the time with having a kid to be able to, or what?
No, it's it's so hard because it's like, with the baby obviously during the week and then shows on the weekend, which a lot of times, it's like an hour away a lot of times or less, and then you got to drive to and from. So a lot of times I don't even drink. If I go out to drink with a show, maybe a beer or two. But the last time I got the most banged up,
Your wedding night?
I was definitely fucked up at
Hell
my
yeah.
wedding.
That was killer. They had a band, and him and Sam got to sing "Total Eclipse of the Heart" with a live band playing behind them.
Yeah,
I mean, fuck.
which was great, but I didn't that's always my go-to karaoke song. But you kind of forget that with karaoke, you have the words right in front of you. This was just
yeah.
my buddy's live band, so I'm like, and they're like counting me in. I'm like, I don't know like when to come in at, and man, it was pretty bad.
I feel like I would need like an AirPod in with the song playing.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's
didn't
weird
think
when you
about
hear
that.
when you have
Yeah.
the song playing, you know what's coming next. But if you don't, like, you got to really think about it.
Yeah, I should have pre-planned that a little bit better. But
Which-
yeah, that was I was fucked. I was mangled, dude.
Dude, what's your guys' go-to karaoke songs?
I'm a big Sunday morning Maroon 5. That's my, yeah.
Little
that's a
Adam
good one.
Levine.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can get down with that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sunday morning.
Rain is falling.
That really gets the honeys wet.
That was good, baby.
How about you,
Wow.
Jim? What do you?
I don't know. I haven't done karaoke in years.
Yeah.
We were thinking about opening a karaoke spot over here. South Jersey needs one.
Yeah. Right on
Yeah.
the Black Horse Pike.
On the Black Horse Pike. Brendan, what was the idea your brother had?
It was
Live band karaoke?
Yeah, that's it.
So basically, you get to be there's live bands in different rooms, and you go
Oh,
in.
shit.
They got the songs that they can play. You pick and you go, and then you get to be the lead singer.
Yeah, I didn't want to burst through. I did that in L.A.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah.
How
I
was it?
didn't sing, but we went. It was like a speakeasy, and it was
Whoa.
live karaoke.
Was it awesome?
It was pretty sweet. And LA
cool.
though, the problem was everyone was so good because they're literally there to try to make it as like singers.
Yeah.
Like
So
someone
So
who's
it's just
on
like,
American
Oh, that's
Idol.
annoying.
like dude, it's like a Thursday night, and we're in this like cool little underground like club thing, and it's like a girl like dressed way too nice.
Yeah, you're like,
what
who
are
was that? You're like, that was Katy Perry.
and then they're trying so hard.
Wow.
And they're like, all right, I'm coming back up for my 4th song tonight.
Right.
That's like when you go bowling with somebody that brings their own bowl. You know what I mean? Like, get the
Dude,
fuck out of
Dude,
here.
there was this
dude.
gay
Come
little
on.
Hispanic
Yeah,
kid
you
who did
suck.
Michael Jackson so fucking good.
Oh,
The dance, the whole thing.
Oh man.
well, that's I'll watch
It
a
was so
Michael
good.
Jackson impersonator any day of the week. There's nothing more entertaining than a moonwalk, dude.
Oh, dude, he was so good.
Fuck yeah.
So I went to the resort you're going to in Mexico. So they had a great. It wasn't great. They had a lot of great like live performances, but they had a Michael Jackson impersonator that was the worst I've ever seen.
What happened?
Was you
I
just
don't
going around
know.
groping boys?
It was
or
a
what?
Mexican.
Was
It
it
just
just
was
a-
Mexican Michael
It
Jackson.
looked like
Couldn't
just a
dance?
Mexican dude they got off the street. He couldn't dance. He couldn't sing. He looked nothing like Michael Jackson. I don't even know if he knew who Michael Jackson was.
Carlo, the glove. The
I'm
glove.
like,
He's got the
dude,
glove.
do you know what you're trying to do?
He
Right? It was
just
so
knew that
bad.
that was a famous person in America. He's like Michael Jackson.
And the crazy thing is, this is like a 5-star resort. Everything else was awesome, but this guy was the worst I've ever seen.
That's so
He was just in
funny.
it. He wasn't there for any of the
It
talents,
was
just
really
the kids.
bad. He had like a week-long residency. I'm like, this is terrible.
to be a Michael Jackson impersonator and to be really bad at it is so
Dude,
That
I
is
mean, he had
pretty
a
funny.
cut like me. I'm like, you can't be Michael Jackson, dude. This is not.
Let's go down there and we'll be a Creed exclusive
He's
cover
just
band.
walking backwards.
When I
Dude,
tell
me
you
and
it
my
was
boys were-
bad, it's like off, like the tone, the pitch. It's like, dude, this is bad.
Dude, me and my boys were talking about going to see Creed.
Where are they
Playing
playing?
Citizen Bank.
They're playing
What?
Citizens Bank Park in the
pretty
spring?
sure.
Oh shit!
Man, they still
Dude,
got
that'd
it,
be fun.
baby. With arms wide open.
They get
that
a
would
big
be a good
resurgence
karaoke
like
song.
every football season, just because of the Cowboys.
Howdy,
What do they have to do with the Cowboys?
You've never seen like on Instagram or whatever?
They did the
It was
Super Bowl
2000,
halftime show.
2002 after 9/11. They did the halftime show.
halftime show.
The Cowboys were in the Super Bowl. Or
No,
was it
I don't think it was. I don't think it had anything to do with the Super Bowl. I think it was 9/11.
No, it was
It was
the
the Super Bowl after
halftime show.
9/11, but I think it was in Dallas. Like the Cowboys weren't playing, but I think it was in Dallas. It was all American flag themed.
It was sick.
It was killer, is what it was. Yeah.
That's kind of a bad song to play right after 9/11. Well, I just heard the news today. Seems that
There was a lot of depressing music that came out after 9/11 though. Like Toby Keith had his whole thing. Bruce Springsteen had an entire fucking album about firefighters going into the buildings. Like that one was like a whole thing. But yeah, with Ass Wide Open, I think they can make it
with ass wide open. That would be if we were doing karaoke right now. I would toss that on.
That's a good one.
At least the one you were describing in LA, like that seems like it should be legit. It makes sense. Nothing is
but
worse.
it was only one band, so it's not exactly the same idea. It's not like
I think having one band
designated rooms
increases
like a
the
Korean karaoke spot.
Yeah. Yakitori Boy in Philly has like multiple rooms.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Yeah.
I like the like doing it there. It makes sense though. There's people trying to make it there. All of that. Nothing is worse than going to like a fucking karaoke bar in Pittman, New Jersey, where somebody's just living their fucking dream and taking it seriously. They go up there and they just got to sing their heart out.
Do you remember at Valley Forge Casino there was Cisco would run
the karaoke
upstairs
in the bar? Yeah.
And I remember sitting there, and they had all the regulars. They would come every single week. They would do the exact same songs, some good, some horrible, and it was like it was like an open mic community. And I remember sitting there, and Dan and I would be like, "Can you believe these motherfuckers come back and do the same songs every single week as we're doing the same jokes every week downstairs?" We're like losers.
These fucking losers.
It's just a different breed of mental illness. Is all.
As we were also like our first year in comedy, so we were also bombing downstairs.
We bomb downstairs. We come up and laugh at people bombing upstairs.
I sang karaoke up there a couple times. Got up there and ripped it, dude.
Yes. It's always nice when you get to just belt a little tune every now and then, especially at a spot like that.
Yeah, get a little banged
That's
up.
true.
I'll always hop up there on the sticks and let it fly, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a shit.
And any fucks left to give. Yeah. You guys want to get into some news here?
Sure.
All right. Here's this one. I've been seeing it in New Jersey a lot, but it's making its rounds across the country. Feds are banning humorous electronic messages on highways. So they're starting to ban. You ever see, like, especially in New Jersey, the message is going to cross 295. Whatever reason, the state government constantly is just trying to say funny shit.
That's hilarious.
What, like what? I don't
There's
know.
been so many accidents happening because dads are like, nah, that's fault.
So they said
in an accident.
they are banning overhead electric signs with obscure meanings, references to pop culture, or intended to be funny. They're banning them in 2026 because they're distracting drivers. So they're just like, let's let them go for
You think
2
it's
more
like people
years.
trying to get a picture of it or something? Maybe
That they're
Probably just
seeing
reading it. Yeah.
They think it's
Meanwhile, they're
funny.
also drunk, so it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, and it's annoying as hell when I'm texting somebody and then I got to look at this sign. I'm trying to look here. I'm on Xanax. It's a fucking problem. Too many things for me to pay attention to. But they're banning them in 2026. They're just going to let it ride out through 24 and 25.
If they were really a problem, you'd think it'd be addressed immediately.
How
Well, they need a
difficult.
couple of years to get this together. That they
It might
just
be.
have to.
It might be like legal contracts with whatever. I don't know, sponsors or some
mentioned
shit they're
just
referencing.
like some scumbag contractor who's like doing road work is putting up a funny sign up there. You can actually do that with like the signs on the side of the road, like the ones that just sit on the shoulder. There's like a way you can get into the back of them and put whatever the fuck you want on the screens.
Of course, you know that.
Yeah, I've been trying to find the codes for how to do it.
Dan's out there in the middle of the night playing with signs. Like, I wonder if I could. I'll be right in, Rach. I'll be right in. Hang on. Maybe I can make this stop sign say stop. Please.
This sign, I make it say boobs if you look upside down. 80085.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm calling out of work tomorrow.
Well, I was the guy that looked up the Walmart intercom codes online and then went into Walmart and got on the overhead speaker system and then got banned from every Walmart worldwide.
It's banned for
what?
life.
Yeah,
You're banned from Walmart right now?
I did it in the Walmart 541 in Burlington.
That's such a shitty Walmart. They deserve
Why do you
it.
know the address of every?
Oh, yeah.
That's the Walmart I grew up next to.
Right next to Party City?
It's like notoriously bad. Like people know it's a shitty Walmart.
It's a brutal one. There's a guy.
Somebody got killed in that parking lot.
Yeah. There's a guy that does.
It's bad.
There's a guy that does YouTube videos with a drone in the parking lot, fucking with people, and it's always like some crackhead that loses his mind.
Dude.
That's funny.
But I went in there. The code was 1122. You just press that on the little phone that's like on a pillar, like the shoe aisle. You just pick it up, press it. Then it's like there's a beep, and then you hear yourself over the entire fucking store.
That's wild.
Oh shit! It worked.
So I would say something here, run over there. I had a mixtape that
Dan's like titties.
This is how bad. I was 16 years old. I was making mixtapes like crazy, like I was saying. I would put a 30-second delay in the beginning of a song and then start Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. I would put it in their like stereo system, hit play and jack the fucking volume and then run away. I'd be in the fucking pet aisle and I could hear from across the fucking store.
I love the employees thinking of like, who is doing this? And then they see 16-year-old Dan with the beard sprinting. Oh, it might be that fucker.
I'm just over crouched down laughing. Then I grab the phone as it's playing, and the thing I said that really
He's running flip-flops.
The thing that really pissed them off was when I grabbed the phone and I was like, "Would Michael Vick please report to the pets department?" And the guy saw me do that, and then that was the end of my Walmart journey.
Really?
So they scanned my license, which was a week old at that point.
They put
it in the system, and it was a guy I went to high school with, a few years ahead of me. He was an undercover security guy at Walmart.
Undercover?
Everybody in Target and Walmart, they all are undercover looking street civilians so they can catch people.
The secret shoppers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
I didn't know that.
We went in the
I'm gonna
back.
start calling out these fucking false flag motherfuckers.
I'm going to start pretending to be a secret shopper in there, dude.
You
Yeah.
can get a headset.
Yeah.
Secret, yeah. Just be
A
like,
little
excuse me.
Bluetooth.
Put the lotion back.
Actually, give me a square.
I saw a TikTok.
coming around the corner.
I saw a TikTok of a guy that said that Target actually wants you to steal enough stuff before you leave, so that you can get caught with a felony. Because if you steal over $900, it's a felony.
Mm-hmm.
So like they let
But
you
anything underneath $900 is just a misdemeanor?
It's a misdemeanor, so they let you take it. They want you to go over 900.
That ain't bad, dude. You can get a lot of good stuff at Target. For
Yeah. What do you
But I
think?
feel like most
900.
places you're like not allowed to do anything. Like even security, you just have to watch them and report it.
Yeah,
bitch.
they're making it more and more lenient.
Like 900, you can get a nice fucking Samsung TV, maybe 22 inches for about $550.
Oh, you could buy every shirt in Target. Dude.
I would get all those graphic tees.
Yeah, dude.
All the ones that just say I'm with stupid and they point this. Oh fuck, I'd buy 5 of those in every size. They go right with my leggings.
Yeah, I worked retail in like high school.
Really?
I worked
Where
at
at?
like the premium outlets, Jackson, New Jersey. I worked at Polo with one of my high school buddies. Like I was in like the stock room or whatever, but whenever I'd be on the floor, they'd be like, "Oh, like yeah, if you catch anyone shoplifting, like, you just like can't do anything." I was like, "I can't promise that."
Did you tackle a motherfucker?
No, I never really saw anyone.
Imagine
shoplift.
caring that much about like a T-shirt that you're like, not today, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, I start fucking like a bull. I just
No,
start
no one's
revving
gonna
up.
disrespect that Polo logo. Tackle.
Yeah, how much do you care about Polo, right? Jesus Christ.
How much would I
It's
care
the
about?
principle, Gary.
Even if I was a cop, I'd be like, oh fuck it, I'm not
gives a
gonna do
shit?
anything.
You know the majority of shoplifters are women, though. Like women fucking love stealing shit.
There's some women have no moral
Morals.
conscience when it comes to shoplifting. They're like, it doesn't register as like something that you shouldn't do.
I feel so bad.
They got so many nooks.
If I was trying to steal something, I'd feel too bad.
Oh,
I
I
can't
think-
do it.
Yeah,
You said it. I thought you said I feel so bad. I was like, what are you saying?
yeah.
I don't.
That's on me. I just misheard. This is awkward.
Women just
I
have
feel uncomfortable now.
women have so many nooks and crannies they can hide shit in, right?
Did you talk to any one of your wives or girlfriends? You ask them like, "Did you shoplift in high school?" And they're like,
Yeah.
1,000%.
The one episode where you weren't here and Rachel forced herself onto the podcast, she's just like, "Oh yeah, I would steal this at Target." Her niece was like, "I steal this shit every year all the time."
They're
You
little
know?
kleptos. Dude.
Yeah.
I can't even like self checkout. I can't do it.
I know, because it'd
Yeah.
be so easy. There's so many times where you could just walk right out with it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, you ever go to the self-checkout and look at the screen and then you see a camera on your fucking face just like right here just looking at you? Meanwhile, they gave you a job to do. Self-checkouts, I think, are just popping up everywhere now. Like, every place has them.
I hate it, too, man. I'm like, I don't feel like doing it, man. Give me a fucking...
I saw a lot of studies that were done that said like 60% of consumers actually like it because there's no lines. You don't have to wait behind some old lady.
Yeah, but it's really annoying when you're at like a Walmart and there is a line for the self-checkout, and then there's only 3 people, but there's 40 registers in a row.
Yeah. It does become a problem. Let's see if a lot of places are going to phase them out or what. But
I don't think so. I think I mean, there's so much less expensive.
Yeah, I steal so much more.
You got to pay for the machine. It's a one-time cost.
Yeah, if I don't have to shove any avocados up my ass anymore inside the ShopRite, I'm not going to have to. Mandarin oranges, they have come in a big bag. Yeah, big bag. They're about like $1.99 a pound. About 20 of them in
Jesus.
there. So
what was even the article we were talking about?
We were talking about feds banning humorous signs on highways.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we ended with avocados up Dan's ass.
It always goes in that direction. Yeah. I got one other news article here. This is local to New Jersey. The governor signed legislation to give lawmakers a raise. He gave himself a 67% raise, going from...
Seems above board.
Who's this?
Governor Murphdog went from 175 to 210 annually. And other lawmakers were going from $49,000 to $82,000. What lawmakers are making $49,000 a year? That seems like...
I hate Phil Murphy.
And then they doubled it?
I hate that snaggletooth fuck so much. The only thing I've ever seen him do right, was he kind of, I guess, redacted all his bullshit with like breweries and stuff in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like just like last week. And it's not, on his own. It was... because of pressures.
So breweries can like hold events again and stuff?
That, and they're allowed to have like snacks and stuff, like chips or whatever, popcorn. They like weren't allowed to serve coffee, which doesn't make sense because that used to always be a thing. It used to be a thing, I think, that like bars had to serve coffee because they used to think it could sober you up or whatever. But
because I was trying to run a show at a brewery and they were like, hey man, like we have the space, like we would love to do it, but like with the laws right now, they're making it really hard for us we can only hold like one event a month or something.
Stupid.
Yeah. That's interesting. So they officially did away with that?
It was restaurant
saying
saying
because
like, hey,
they're
it's not
like,
fair.
these breweries are stealing all our business and they don't have a liquor license. Like, well, the people, because of like the pandemic, people got really used to going to breweries, started to like them. They popped up everywhere and like, oh, they're giant, they're spacious. They got outsides. Like,
well, you
nice.
Can see the restaurant's argument for them finding a loophole in the system where they're like, why the fuck do we have to pay a liquor license when these guys don't? Like,
just serve beer. Then you wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
I just love the thing that people that manage Ruby Tuesdays are getting fucking heated that these breweries are putting them out of business. They're like a cooler concept. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now breweries are always like, you guys bring your kids to bars or breweries? Are you guys kind of cool parents?
It's like Kid Central for new parents, I feel like.
Hell yeah.
It is. Because you're young enough to still want to go out and day drink and drive drunk, but like now you guys are bringing the kids there. I don't know.
Well, you don't want to go to like a regular bar and a fist fight break out. Brewery feels a little bit more safe where you can have
it's a little more mature. Yeah,
you can have a baby strapped to your chest and drink an IPA or something.
They got board games there. It's cool. Yeah.
I just hate craft beers. Not a craft beer.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Dude, I have 2 of them and I feel like shit the next day.
Yeah.
I'd rather drink 30 Miller Lights.
I like I don't really like IPAs or any of that anymore. IPAs. I like just like a Pilsner or like a, I don't know, one of those Belgian style beers or something.
Yeah. I'm a Guinness guy year round. It's not as heavy as
I don't know how you drink that.
I love drink that shit in the summer.
I love Guinness, but like I love one or 2 Guinnesses.
I can drink them nonstop.
Guinness is surprisingly light. Like it's probably the same alcohol percentage as
like
a Miller. It's like 4.2.
Yeah. Gary, do you like beer, craft beer, or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much drink anything.
Yeah.
I am into seltzers. I know
you're a seltzer guy.
What'd you say?
You like seltzers?
Yeah, man. I just started drinking these cut waters. You guys heard of cut waters?
Yeah, those are good.
Dude, they're really good. They get up to like 12
sodas.
Yeah,
I think I've had a
cut waters
tequila soda one.
Like,
Yeah.
What is that?
They have like a White Russian that's really good, like 13% too.
Oh, the brand is Cutwater.
The brand is Cutwater. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was called a Cutwater, like a seltzer and a Cutwater. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Those,
they're
really
really
pretty good.
It's like liquor seltzers.
Yeah, kinda. I guess they have like a rum one, like a rum punch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those ones are difficult because I've seen variety packs of not Cutwater but other ones, and I'm like, a variety pack where you're going from like tequila to vodka to rum, that's gonna fuck me up.
Exactly.
Like,
for sure. I like High Noons. You guys ever had High Noons?
Yeah,
Those
I like the High
seltzers?
Noons.
those are nice. I gotta get. Why isn't gin in any of the seltzers? I like gin, but I haven't seen any gin in any of these like
I'm not a big gin guy.
carbonated beverages. Yeah, I think I got into
gin.
it. My buddy in college, he had to clean out his grandfather's house after he passed away, and he found an unopened bottle of gin from like the 60s, and we cracked that sucker open, and holy shit, we were on the fucking moon. But I really just had a taste for gin ever since.
I love
then.
gin. I never liked it until I went to like a wedding once, and it just became my drink. And then
I guess I just don't drink it often. Like, not that I dislike it, but it's not my go-to.
That's one of those that college ruined for me. I had gin one night and I just like way too fucked up, threw up a few times.
Yeah.
It's like the most-
never tastes the same. To me.
Tequila
it's like
did that for
thirst
me.
quenching for me. It's
Really?
like a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Tequila is like my shot. If I'm taking a shot, I want it to be tequila.
You can't do shots of gin.
Whiskey, I
No
only
way.
like during the
Can't do
winter.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a seasonal.
I'm like just kind of getting into it. I feel like you become a father and all of a sudden you're like, give me whiskey. Like it just instinctually like.
It helps you sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I feel like it probably
it up.
fucks up my sleep.
I have no statistics to back that up.
That's
Actually,
funny. A lot of stuff does change overnight when you become a father. I feel like my
Yeah.
taste definitely changed.
It definitely has, man.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I just want to frame out a basement. I want to drink whiskey. Like I like leather shit
Dude,
now.
it's funny. Yeah, so you have that bit, and that really happened to me. Like I'm trying to be more handy. I'm not handy at all.
Yeah,
I can't do shit.
Me neither.
So
I
I-
make it seem like I am, but I'm not.
I had to hire somebody, TaskRabbit, to come over and like wire a ceiling fan for me.
Yeah.
I've never been more emasculated in my fucking life.
We did
I
it to
feel like
mount our
he can't-
TV on the wall, and I was like,
Dude,
I probably could
to
have found
mount
the
a
studs.
TV.
he came over and he was the man of my house. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He's like looking at
Wait,
my girl. He's like,
you paid a guy to mount your TV?
Sam was like, look, because I was like,
I'm the same
I was like,
way.
I could probably do it, but I can't do it right now. And she's like, well, I don't feel like waiting. So she had the guy come over,
that's a
and the
lot,
whole
yeah.
time I'm like, but then as he was doing it, I'm like, I definitely would have fucked that up, dude. I definitely would have put 3 holes in the wall before I found a stud.
oh,
I get a
hell
stud
yeah.
finder every year. For
I have a
Christmas
stud
from my
finder, but
dad.
like I feel like it.
I've got 30
That's
stud
the way. I had all
finders.
the equipment. I had the stud finder. I had everything I needed. I just couldn't fucking do it.
I have just a burning desire to build shit now, though.
I wish that I could.
I can't. I'm just saying, like, I have the desire. I don't have the ability,
Yeah.
but like, I just like, dude, I was in Home Depot before I came over here tonight. I just got a couple pieces of
Taking
wood.
in the smell.
I'm like, I'll probably, I just like this smell, dude. Smell. I just like
the
looking
smell
at
in there is great.
the shit that you could possibly build, and then I'm like, I wish I could do this, dude.
Dude, fuck going to the dog park. I take my dogs to Home Depot.
It's you can bring them in there.
You can
It's
bring
great.
them
a
in
great
there.
store, yeah.
They walk around. Everyone thinks you're mentally challenged. I'm like, this is great. And it does get tiring, though, because after a while, I just can't keep up. Like, you know, how long can I possibly keep up a charade that I have cerebral palsy? It's a bit of a problem. But we stick to it. They sniff the lumber.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would love to get into woodworking, like legitimately.
Oh, yeah.
Working with wood. You got some table saws and...
Working with wood, huh?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What would you make?
Birdhouses,
Any
maybe?
dude, you make a bench, you make a chair, make a desk.
Yeah,
There's so
I
many
took woodworking
options.
in like 8th grade, but I didn't take it seriously. We had
I
like the
know.
vice grips. You put shit in there.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do any of that
Damn.
shit.
You know what I would make? I would make coasters right here. This would be my money.
Yeah,
maker.
Oh, look
cutting
at that.
board.
Look at that. Yeah. No, dude, that would be killer. Because
Start a pyramid scheme, selling fucking coasters. Yeah, that'd be
There
awesome.
you go.
you just got to recruit 5 people, find some dumbass parents of theirs that need coasters.
I'll give you 100 free ones and then you hand them out.
Right.
Just hand them
Just
out.
hand them out.
Anytime I've had like somebody come over, like a handyman or somebody that can help me with something, I'm like, I got the tools for you, and I break out my tools, and it just looks. I feel like it's like a little kid tool set.
I need a good tool set. Yeah, I have the IKEA one, which is not. That's not it.
What's even worse is when you got the good tools and then they're like completely shiny because you use them at all.
You're
just start throwing them on the
together
ground.
to scratch them up.
Right.
Just throw them on the ground.
It's like when you're trying to skateboard when you're a kid, you're just rubbing it like on the
Oh,
street to act like
yeah.
you grinded on something.
Fiance's dad's really into woodworking, and
I thought you were
wanna
going to say he's
get
really
him-
into skateboarding.
He's really into skateboarding. And, he's
Kelsey's
75.
Easily the most handy out of all 4 of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a very handy, sturdy broad.
She's the handiest man here.
We should have her come over and do like a home improvement podcast episode.
Yeah,
talk
could
to
she
us
give us
about-
some lessons on some stuff?
Probably. She's pretty good at all that stuff. So our washer broke, and it just randomly started working again, and she still thinks I fixed it, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're
Well,
playing it
yeah.
off like you did,
Jig is up if she listens to this,
Damn.
unfortunately.
dude. It's gonna break, and she's gonna take apart the entire thing. You ever take one of the what do they call it? Inside the dryer? You can take out the entire like tub that the shit dries around, and you come home and she's gonna have a tool belt on,
Yeah.
taken apart. Yeah.
This is all fucked up. Jimmy's using it as a ladder again. Standing on top.
Her and my dad actually put our washer and dryer in the new bathroom, and
Her and your dad?
I had to play Xbox.
Say, were you holding the clipboard?
Sorry, I
was
got calls.
busy.
I got business
busy.
meetings.
That really has to be rough if you hire someone from TaskRabbit and they come over and you're just standing there watching them.
Oh,
did
dude,
it.
I got him a water. I felt like a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, do you need anything? Can I help?
It's
Fucking,
very emasculating.
It
You're
is.
sitting there, and then because
He,
they
like,
come
working.
in and they look at you like, you couldn't have done this.
Exactly.
They like
So
come
the-
in thinking you're gonna be in like a wheelchair or something. Some 80 years old, something.
So he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize you had an able-bodied man in here. I guess I'll just put this up.
The worst part is I tried to do it before I like called him.
Yeah.
And I fucked it up. And
Yep.
so he comes over. I didn't tell him I tried to do it. And he's looking at it, he's like, somebody, what kind of fucking asshole did this?
You're like, yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know. Some fucking
Yeah, some dickhead.
some fucking loser.
It was like this when we moved in. I don't know what these fucking morons were doing. You're like, shit.
Yeah.
Dude, but there's certain, like, the smaller the thing, the more frustrated that I get. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather go to jail than hang another set of curtains, dude. I swear to God.
Those
Like,
curtains are the
That's
how is there
annoying.
not an easier way to put fucking
the amount of
curtain
holes
rods
I
in?
have in the wall
Oh,
from trying to
yeah.
hang one set of curtains.
If you come to my apartment, my curtains are like this, but I'll never change them. I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, that's gonna hold. That's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Well, then your wife or your lady is like, actually, it's a little bit crooked. I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. You know how long that
I'm
took
like,
me?
tilt your head. It's not crooked.
Yeah.
You're looking at it crooked.
Damn.
Yeah.
The worst is when they ask you to hang shelves on the wall, like not like in a bookcase, but like they want an individual
The
shelf.
floating shelf.
The
or
floating
something.
shelf, yeah.
And you're like, do you realize how hard that is?
Because you have to line up the screw holes that they go into, and you have to do math of how far it is from here.
Yeah.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I purposely did not go into anything that requires math because I fucking suck at math.
Dude,
I'm
I'm
not,
so bad.
I don't know how
at
to add
stuff.
fractions on a fucking ruler. What the fuck am I?
I could barely. So I started working construction on Fridays to learn some of this stuff, and like my first
Damn,
day-
that's commitment.
Oh, dude, I swear,
That's
I'm like so
awesome.
into this stuff now.
Hold on, do you work for like a GC or what do you do?
Yeah, just work for a GC.
Oh,
just,
shit.
just me and him. But like I'm like just doing basic because I can't do anything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just like doing the very
Cleaning shit up.
Yeah, exactly. I remember like
funny.
the first day he's like,
I'm
yeah,
loading the
measure that
truck.
out at like 36 and 5/8. And I'm like, 5/8 coming right now, dude. I'm like, are you serious?
Fuck Google.
Yeah.
What's
I'm like-
5/8?
I'm like, bro,
Oh,
I
that's
did
so
not
good.
realize we were doing fractions
Yeah.
today. I haven't read a 5/8 in quite some time.
Dude, I have those. I have that a floating like shelf or whatever in my kitchen, and it's just caked in silicone because it was falling out of the wall. And so
Yeah.
my girlfriend's like, "Is it supposed to look like that?"
Like, yeah,
I'm like, "Yeah,
Just use Elmer's glue.
dude, yeah, it's not going anywhere."
Yeah.
Dude, that was one.
She
of the-
puts like one cup on it. Just
I'm like, don't overload it.
No, don't put the baby on it. Don't put the baby on it.
she's like, yeah. She puts one coaster on there. Gary's like, that might be heavy. That might be a
Dude.
little bit heavy.
The problem is that you see how easy it is in a YouTube video or an Instagram reel, and it's just like, oh, he's just like caulking around the toilet. This is so
Logically, it
easy.
makes sense.
And then you
but
go to
it
do
just
it, and it's
never
like,
comes out
fuck.
like that.
Yeah, it never does. Especially with caulking stuff. Like I had to do it when we
Oh,
replaced the
man.
toilet.
Gotta wet your finger before you.
Dude, all I do
see.
is I
Oh,
go
it's a
home, I
trick.
watch DIY videos on YouTube. Like, I'm
Yeah.
addicted to doing it right now. And exactly that, you watch it, and the guy's like, first, you just make a box out of the wood. And I'm like, great. I immediately start doing that. My, like, wood's not straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my God, I already fucked it up.
You a Bob Vila guy, or you go rogue with like an internet sensation?
Completely. It depends on the project. I just will type in, like, DIY bench, DIY,
Hell yeah.
shed. I want to build a shed so fucking bad right now, dude.
We're gonna build one not up to code whatsoever, but it's gonna be the fucking tits.
Dude, I'm so excited.
We're gonna do the electrical all wrong. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night with a fire in your backyard. It's
Well, I'll call Foster to do the electrical because I have no idea. How to
Dude, he
fuck-
posts that shit on Twitter. I just look at him like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah.
I can't do any of that shit.
yeah. No.
He did the whole panel in my house.
Oh, did he
when
really?
I moved in. Another emasculating thing. You have another
Have another comedian come over.
comedian come over.
I'd rather live with no
Yeah.
electricity. Yeah.
Well, how long are we? We're about an hour into this, and we might go to the high note humor open.
Oh
microphone.
shit, that's right.
So yeah. So what do you guys got coming up on your podcast, your show schedule? What do you guys got cooking?
Sure, man. I got January 19th. I'm at the Grand. Oh fuck, I'm fucking this up. It's a hotel in Mount Laurel. You probably know what it is. The Grand something Hotel. I want to say it's on 73.
Grand Wizard.
The Grand Wizard? Yeah, no, you wouldn't have gotten booked there. How about the Crown Plaza in Cherry Hill? The Grand...
I thought it was Grand something.
There's the Grand Palladium in Cancun, but I don't think that's there. Hold on.
Forget about it. It's not important. January 20th, I got a couple Don't Tell shows in Philly. Hey. So I guess I can't say where they are, but look it up.
Do not tell.
The 28th, Punchline, come through. We got a nice show.
I'm on that one, right?
Yeah, you guys are on this. Are on this.
Let's go.
Sunday night, 7 p.m., Punchline Philly.
So what is that before? They're premiering the movie?
Yeah, man. So I was in a movie. I had a decent part in it, decent role.
Fuck yeah.
Little comedy short, about 20 minutes long.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Little like proof of concept. They're trying to make it into like a feature length
Nice.
film. But yeah, man.
Sick.
See me up on the big screen.
That's awesome.
It was the Grand Resort Hotel, by the way.
Thank you. That's exactly
it's
what
next to the water park, right?
Boom.
The Sahara Sands or the
He wasn't gonna let that go.
No, I was not.
I knew that you were gonna know.
It's a 4-star out of 5. So yeah,
I'll be there Friday night. It's a black show. Got a lot of black comics. Gonna be fun.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Dude, what is with it's
Me, Cole Cosby, Lamar Todd, Zoe Dixon.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. How about
Me.
you, Jumbo? You're gonna be
yeah. I've got a bunch of brewery shows coming up in the next week at places I can't recall at the moment. I'm not gonna look at my phone. And then 28th Punchline.
Hell yeah.
Come to that, and then listen to our podcast, the Gray Area Comedy Pod.
The Gray Area
on
Comedy
YouTube,
Podcast.
Apple, Spotify, whatever.
You guys haven't gotten kicked off of YouTube for incendiary claims yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, but that's on the to-do list.
Nice.
Fuck
Perfect.
yeah. 28th with Big G and J at Punchline. We got our show Friday.
Friday in Glenside.
And then that's pretty much it. I think I'll be at Next in Line next Friday at their new club, which is exciting. So.
Oh yeah, where's the Coop?
The Coop.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Coop.
So we got that and Brendan Donegan Comedy on Instagram.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got that show in Glenside. Me and Jim got another Moose show lined up, and then maybe Tom's River Distillery show. We'll see what happens, but got some fun stuff cooking. We'll see you on the Instagram. South Jersey Bad Boys, hit us up. We'll see you.
Boo!
Peace.